What is up, YouTube? That's here, and today I'm back playing some more Pokemon VGC Reg I Wi-Fi battles. Today we're busting out a standard-looking Miraidon team that has a bunch of little tricks that definitely help the team out, at least in my opinion. This is going to be Zacian and Miraidon. Very, very cool stuff. I think substitute relatively bulky Zacian that's still able to outspeed a bunch of the popular base 135 speed Pokemon is very, very lethal in this format. And when you combine it with like Encore, Light Screen, Whimsicott, Fake Outs from Iron Hands, and like Focus Energy, Ivy Cudgel, Hearthflame, Ogre Pawns, this team absolutely slaps and has technically like decent or better matchups into every possible team in the meta. Like, I actually have not found a team where we just like, oh, that's an auto loss, or oh, we don't have it out, or oh, we don't really have anything to do here. Even like really, really bad matchups, like I like Groudon, Koraidon in my testing, like we were able to dump truck them with this team. And I think this is a very, very good team for anyone looking to, you know, expand their understanding of Reg I. I would highly recommend trying a team out like this. If you guys want to check out this team for yourself, check out its EVs, its rental code, everything like that. That's all going to be on the Patreon. Think about checking that out. It's where all my rentals go, as well as a bunch of other Reg I content. Even in the lowest tier, the $2 tier gets access to all that stuff. So think about checking out the Patreon. The last thing I'm going to say before we actually get into some games is, if you guys have it within your hearts to drop a sub on this channel, I would really, really appreciate it. We're trying to get to 50,000 subscribers before the end of the year. We're getting closer every single day, and if you guys can be my +1 sub for the day, I would really appreciate it. We're making a bunch of Reg I content daily, so if any of this stuff that we're showing on screen kind of suits your fancy, think about dropping a sub to see more of it. And without further ado, let's get right into these games. Wish me luck. Here we go. That's actually a really cool Miraidon and Koraidon with Archaludon. So it looks like we can like stagger Tailwinds. It looks like Zacian's like really, really good here. I'm trying to think of exactly what I want to do. I like Iron Hands, but I'm going to bring Iron Hands out in like the mid game. So like, I'm not thinking there's a real problem with like these four. Yes, there might be Incin leads that happen, but like, I think we can just like Tailwind, Protect, sub into bring out like Hands or Miraidon and just pin the Incin really hard. That being said, yeah, I think this is fine. I think this is good. This is good. Cool looking team though. I wonder what the Raging Bolt's really doing there. I mean, Raging Bolt has synergy with both Miraidon and Koraidon, being able to get the Photosynthesis boost to like its special attack, and the what is it? Just all of its electric moves are just stronger in the electric terrain. It might even be using what is that? Rising Energy, or what is that? Rising Voltage? Rising Voltage. You don't see that move very often. It's a shame that only Raging Bolt has it. That's a cool looking lead over there. So we're big intimidated here, but this is still a win-win for us. We can drop sub and like Tailwind, or maybe even like a Protect Tailwind. If they want to go Fake Out with the Incin into our Zacian, that's fine. If they want to Protect with their Koraidon and go for like a big double attack into something, we can just Encore that. So I think that like Tailwind is fine here. I am going to drop the Protect instead of the sub first. Try and get that off. So Zacian's not going to be able to get its like big Intrepid Sword boost for the rest of this game. We're going to be stuck basically at neutral. I wonder if they're going to try and cycle us correctly. Protect's fine though. And let's see, are you protecting your Koraidon or what? Fake Out? Yeah, Fake Out Zacian. Cool. Now, that's why we didn't sub 2, because we didn't want to get, like, Fake Out, like, and then just double it into, like, a Flare Blitz. You can Flare Blitz the Whims, but I get a Tailwind up out of it, which means when I bring in this Miraidon, we have a fat double pin. We just throw both of our attacks into the Koraidon, probably. Flame Charge. Cool. I am absolutely fine with that. Our Zacian has Water Terra as well. Cool. So we can Encore that if we choose to do so. Nothing really wrong with encoring that. I think I'm gonna encore it and Water Terra sub. Super vibe with that. Yeah. And then next turn we'll like Protect, maybe hard switch in like Miraidon, because we should be able to soak this by going Water Terra. We have some bulk on the Zacian too. Let's see what they do. No Terra, bro. I could have just Moonblasted you. I could have just Play Roughed you. Bro, are you good? Are you good? Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Remember, Zacian's faster than the Koraidon, so we're able to get that sub up first. And we can block this Flame Charge. You go into the Whims? Cool. I get to keep my sub, probably? We don't even die. Look how bulk. Dude, this Whims is so bulky. Holy moly. Parting Shot into Zacian means we're going to go to -1 attack, but dang, Zacian sitting pretty behind a sub also means when you bring that Incin back out to get another Intimidate, it's not going to be able to Intimidate again. So I'm actually sitting really happy with this. If you come in with like Miraidon here, I think we're just going to throw up like a YOLO Light Screen and just let the Whims tick out I'm with this. I think I might play rough the Miraidon. I know it seems weird to not go after the Koraidon, but let's see what they do here. Okay, yeah, I'm just going to ignore that. Air Balloon, okay, he cooking. I'm definitely thinking about just light screening. Like, what do we need this for? No, I can just come with Iron Hands. No, I don't like that. I'm going to come in with straight in with Miraidon. The reason why you want to come with Miraidon is it's not like they're going to be using a Dragon attack on a Whimsicott slot. They're probably just flash canning it, right? I would assume. And then I'm just going to play rough into this. If you want to pivot out for Instant, that's fine. Hopefully I don't miss my play rough. It looks like we wasted our Water Terra there, but I don't think we really did. I'm not really that afraid of what they're going to do here. So Miraidon is on deck. And let's see what we're going to get out of it. It's those two plus Insyn, and I'm assuming Miraidon. So there's a pivot out, basically a double swap. Is this Insyn? It's Insyn. Remember, Insyn's not going to be able to apply that Intimidate up through our sub. Awesome, this is great. I want to see if they drop a Fire Terror this turn. Now, they do outspeed too, but they're stuck using... Yeah, they're just going to let this guy go down. Awesome. Yeah, minus one Zacian still picks up that KO because it's Zacian, but we take those. Like, locking it in Encore, I think, was the right play, and we got to save our Whims. So what's really, really cool about saving our Whims here, too, is they want to bring out that Archaludon and, like, try and rip a Draco on us. We just pivot out for the Whims. It's so good. Alright, so I think we're in a good spot. You have Fake Out into my Miraidon. I think I'm just going to pivot in my hands, come in unintimidated from that Insyn, and I do not particularly mind just play roughing the Miraidon. We're probably going to Forture Terra, so we should be able to get away with like play rough plus Behemoth Blade next turn. And if you want to break my sub with the Miraidon, the Insyn doesn't really do anything to Zacian. Like, you might have Wisp, but I doubt you have like Fake Out, Parting, and Wisp. And then if you did, you'd be cutting like Knockoff or Flare Blitz. Both of those are kind of needed on that sort of Insyn set for this team. So I think we're in a good spot. I wouldn't be surprised if they like hard swapped out Insyn or Parting Shotted with Insyn for Arch. And then, like, maybe just Volt Switch to break my sub. That could be a play. But we don't want to just leave our Miraidon in to get messed up. We can just come with the hands here. Get our own Fake Out pin. There we go. Big attack boost hands. You see how cool this team is? Like, there's that Terra we were talking about. Cool. So we're going to have a Fake Out pin into that slot. We're going to have a problem dealing with their Archaludon in the back, but that's one of the reasons why it's really, really nice that we still saved our Whimsicott. So if they ever weave in some sort of incorrect move, like a Flash Cannon or a Draco or something, we can just kind of win the game with just Whims. Here we go. Big damage. That's a -1 Zacian, so is that damage. That's a lot. That's great. Cool. Dazzling Gleam. That's going to do a lot to hands, but not an ungodly amount. Yep. We got that value. Zacian, it'd be cool if Zacian sub didn't even go away, but I know it will, yeah. It's close. It's like barely going away. It's because if they didn't Fairy Terror, we would have lived. Knock off into Zacian, it's not doing anything. That is like sub damage though, so like I think we're going to be fine. We still outspeed their Miraidon here. I think what I'm going to do is just double into this slot because one of these... I think Zacian just picks up this KO, but if they wanted to pivot out Miraidon for... what is that? Archaludon, we would have been able to still just Drain Punch the heck out of it. And this Drain Punch is going to restore a ton of health into Insyn. If they Parting Shot, it's the same thing over and over again. Like, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Like, look at this damage. Look how fast we are. The fast hands. Yo, he do be having hands. Why are we so fast? We do have some points in speed, but like, bro, Insyn? Never heard of you, bro. Coming with this Arch, like... Dude, that's just it. That's just it, bro. I can't believe that. Our Tailwind expired. I can't believe we're just like dump trucked. One shot the Insyn, outsped it from a... You saw how bulky we were too. Like that. This is the ultimate Iron Hands Eevee spread. If you guys want to check out this Iron Hands Eevee spread for yourself, you got to check out the Patreons where all my rentals go. This team's going to be up on there. If there's ever a team you guys want to use that you guys see me use on YouTube that's not shown on the Patreon yet, just ask in the Patreon tab of the Discord and I can try my best to get you that team rental code or the pace or anything like that early. A lot of these teams are done in batches. This team was no exception. So, you know, sometimes I have the team a few days early and I can give you guys the teams you guys want for the right situations. We're just going to pop a sub here because Zacian doesn't really do that much into Arch. You don't want to give it useless stamina procs. Thunder from down under. Bro, he's using the wrong Electro Shot, and then, dude, just Iron Hands are just so good. Is it even stamina? Yeah. I was going to say, like, bro, are you really stamina? Balloon Paparoony Dooney out here, and, yeah, we can just chill. Protects one of the best moves to use when sub goes up. Battle's canceled. Wins up. Holy moly. Zacian and Miraidon putting on a clinic in this first game. Alright, cool. Terapagos and Shadow Rider. I really like Zacian into this, so I think I'm going to lead the same way. Whimsicott and Zacian are just really, really good here. You can Encore Lock the Terapagos. You can Light Screen versus the Shadow Rider. You just have a lot of really good options. You have the the Water Terra for the Urshi Water. If that is Urshi Water, it almost looks like Urshi Dark to me. So these seem really solid. Miraidon has to come as well. And then I'm thinking which Mon is probably best here. I don't dislike Farigiraf. I'm thinking about it. I don't necessarily need Farigiraf for anything. I'm trying to think of what Farigiraf really does. It's an ally switch set. I think Iron Hands might be the right amount of support, but I also think Iron Hands is like a slow L into Shadow Rider. I think I'm just gonna take the Farigiraf to get me out of like a Shadow Rider pin, because I think that's one of the only ways we lose is like a fat Shadow Rider pin. I vibe with that. Cool. Those four are fine. Awesome. Yeah, we used Iron Hands in the last one. Iron Hands, I'm not a big fan of like Thunder Punch hands into Shadow Rider. That's the hands that we're using. It's like Fake Out, Drain Punch, Thunder Punch, Heavy Slam. And that's just how I like to play my Iron Hands. You saw in the last game, it was absolutely amazing, but in some situations, you can be a little bit abused by certain Shadow Rider sets. So I don't particularly like that. So we can just trade Tailwinds here. Another thing I could do is I could just Light Screen. I don't need to Tailwind. You have to Tailwind to keep up with the pack that I can Tailwind, which means I don't have to Tailwind. So I'm just going to Light Screen. And then if you go for something weird, I can just Encore. So like I can just throw up Behemoth Blade plus Light Screen, be absolutely fine. I can now potentially Encore your Torn to stop you from going for something weird. I'm threatening to just KO your Shadow Rider right here. Note that their Torn is faster than our Whimsicott. That's something worth noting, very important. Astro Barrage, we're going to be able to eat this very freely. We can then Encore Lock their Torn next turn. Look at that, nothing. And they're orbed. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye now. Behemoth Blade, baby! Perfect. And even if they have Fake Out, I think we're fine. Yeah, we're rocking a really, really bulky Whimsicott. You saw we ate that Flame Charge from a Koraidon last game. Like, we got the Chonk City Whimsicott out here. And, cool, I'm just going to be able to Encore the Torn. I might sub here. No, I could sub here, but I think I'm just going to Behemoth Blade the Terapagos. So we're going to Encore here. We don't need to stagger that Tailwind yet. If we really wanted to, we could Dark Terra here to make sure they couldn't taunt us. But if you taunt us, you still have to eat the damage here. There's not a single thing wrong with doing this and just guaranteeing what we want. Yep. And then if your Terapagos protects for like some reason, you just lose the game. And this is my Terra. Cool. So their Terapagos is trying to set up. So we're going to Encore Lock the Torn into Tailwind even if they taunt. And then what we're going to do is Encore the Terapagos into like Calm Mind or whatever move it's using this turn. Cool. Let's see if they have Taunt Calm Mind. Taunt Calm Mind looks pretty cool. Survey says. Oh, they were trying to Bleak Wind. Cool. That's fine with me. Yeah, and if we lose Whims to like Starstorm here because we Terra'd, I don't hate that. Because you also didn't Terrastallize, which means, you know, it's fine. Calm Mind. We just Encore Lock you now. Easy peasy. We can go after the Torn next turn. Oh my gosh. This team is so good when you're actually good. I just want to say, it's not often you see me use like the good teams. But dang, dude. Sheesh. I'm pretty good at this game when I choose to be good at this game, don't you think? Wow. So that's through Terra Shell. And I'm only really using like one restricted. It's just you don't really see me use like Miraidon all that often. I think Miraidon gives you a lot of leeway in the team preview. To where, like, leads like this that are just, like, really to the point are just very, very good. Now we Encore Lock and do, what is that? Into Calm Mind, and just Behemoth Blading over here. And you have to withdraw Torn because it's, like, hot garbage, which means this Rilla or whatever it is, like, swapping in on Ursh. Cool, is swapping in on just massive damage. We haven't even set our Tailwind yet, so now we can just Tailwind. That's the right play there. I wonder what they're going to do with this Terapagos. Because I can still Encore Lock it, and they can go after my Whims. Let's see if this is half. I doubt. Yeah, so I have to play her up there if I'm going to do that. This is a dicey turn. I'm trying to think of the only way we lose is if that Terapagos gets to pop up. Like, if you pivot out to Torn and KO my Whims, but I get your Ursh for it, that is a win for me. we're just back to neutral. Yeah, they're hoping that I'm not gonna Encore you into Protect. Like, I'm definitely Encoring you into Protect, homie. Definitely. Aqua Jet wouldn't KO Wims from here. And I'm just gonna take your Urshout. Like, you can take out the Wims. But Encore is a pretty good move. I'm gonna use that to our advantage. And hopefully we hit this player up too. CC? Yep, awesome. Behemoth Blade would have gotten that KO after the CC. So if I miss this turn, I'll just Behemoth Blade it. And we're gonna see if the Terapagos even gets a double Protect. So we know like what slots to target next turn. So everybody says... Alright, so Protect will be up next turn. So like I can just come in with something that pins the Torn slot and just put up a sub in front of it. Awesome. So I just bring up Miraidon here. Great stuff. Dude, this team is really good. Again, if you want to use this rental, think about checking out the Patreon. It's where it's going to be. And this is another one of your reminders to, you know, think about dropping a sub on the channel. We're trying our best to get to 50,000 subs. 50,000 subs. This is the content we're making every single day. 5 a.m. Pacific Standard Time uploads. 7 days a week, 365 to get there. I'd really appreciate to have you along. And let's just win this game. So their Tailwind expired. They're going to reapply that Tailwind. We have like 2 turns on this Encore, and their Protect is off cooldown. So they're going to be protecting this turn. So all we really need to do is just go hard into this Tornadus. We can just Electro Drift it. It's fine. Put up a free sub. We could double into the Torn with the Behemoth Blade, but this is where I really like the sub. Because you have to be like playing defensive like this to try and get around this. And you could have Sash Torn. I just doubt. I just doubt. Are you Bleak Winding? Bleak Winding wouldn't even break the sub here. So 1, 2, 3. Electro Drift, baby. Miraidon gone. Oof. Yep. I just don't use Miraidon enough, man. This mon is so good. It was Rocky on Matoran, one of my favorite sets. And now we have like Zacian and Miraidon like ready to go. We're out of Encore users, right? But I think that that's fine. I could have got away with Volt Switch, I think, but it's okay. Like, I would have been Volt Switching into like a Paragraph. That's not necessarily what I want. I'm just going to be Electro Drifting here. I think Zacian like low-key just dump trucks this thing, especially because we have a sub up. He does not get the double. Never lucky. Which means he has to eat all this damage like 4 times. Big damage from Zacian here. Behemoth Blade 100% accurate. Massive damage. Oof, look at that. And that's just going to be game right there. Cool. Can I get a crit? Give me a crit. That's not a crit. Dude, he's like +1 and +2. That's ridiculous, man. Dude, Miraidon is so good. You mean you guys could just use this mon? All you guys that just bought Violet could have just used this mon like the whole time, and us like Scarlet plebs had to like not have something that was absolutely broken? Dude, Miraidon is so nuts. Holy moly. Either way, we take those wins all the way to the bank, and let's go play a couple more games. I know I keep making jokes that like, you know, I don't use Miraidon and Koraidon, but like I don't really use them all that much. Maybe like once in a blue moon you'll see me use one of them. It's just for some reason they just don't really vibe with my playstyle. But that being said, I think they're really, really good in this meta right now. We're going up into potential for Kali I. I like Amoonguss on their team in mind, believe it or not. I do think that that's a good mon. I don't want to lead Zacian. I'm looking at potentially leading like Wims. No, I want to maybe like a Hands lead. If I were to lead Iron Hands, see, I don't actually want them to get Trick Room up. That's kind of where I'm looking at this. I'd rather them not. So let me just take a look at this real quick. Those are fine. Those two are good. Into probably Ogre Pawn and Zacian. I could play a game if I really wanted to, where like we weave in and around like Encores and Encore their Kali, but like I think this is fine. I think Ogre Pawn Hearthflame is very, very good in this matchup. It doesn't seem like it's that amazing, but like it's the Groudon that we pin. Like we have everything we need to just absolutely dump truck that Groudon. And we're also rocking a Focus Energy set. So all of our Ivy Cudgels are auto crits, which forces their Terras, and we have the right mons to be able to pin it after it Terras. So Entity Calyrex is a very, very good lead. What I like about this is I can go like Volt Switch into your Entity or Kali, right? I think I'm going to be targeting the Kali with the Volt Switch. And And I can just come in with, like, Zacian or, you know, whatever. I could have also just led Zacian and put up a sub this turn. That would have been pretty nice. Let me think about what I want to do here. I low-key might want to do something different. Seeds. Okay, Seeds is good. I'm going to do that bad play. I'm going to Volt Switch here, and I'm going to Trick Room the Trick Room. And then I'm going to come with the Zacian, and then they're not going to Trick Room thinking that I'm Trick Rooming the Trick Room. And Zacian's going to be able to get, like, a free sub off, and if they do, well, then I'll just Protect and, like, Foul Play and stuff like that. I vibe with that. It's a massive amount of damage, by the way. I'm assuming you're clicking Trick Room, homie. You are allowed to click anything that you want. Let's see it. Because we already got our defense boost. Let's see if they just Lance. Swords Dance. Whoa, so I just Trick Room for them. That's really bad. That's really bad. Okay. That's really, really bad. Why are you Swords Dance? Alright, so we're going to Protect here. We have to now do this play. Now, what's good about this play is Zacian pins the Indity, and then I will one-shot their Cali with a Foul Play. And I shouldn't die to anything that they have here, unless, like, they Trick Room their own Trick Room of Trick Room. Oh, man, that'd be funny. And he just clicks Trick Room this turn? Yeah, let's see it. Helping Hand, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking, like, about just Foul Playing straight up into the Cali, but, like, I don't want Trick Room up. So I'm fine. High Horsepower? That'd be nutty. Lance, I don't think we die. We're at +1 defense, they're at +2 attack, and we resist Water Terra. Like, we're fine. If he C-bombed me, though, he would have been a Chad. Yeah, we're gaming. Even a crit wouldn't have got it. So Trick Room's back on the table, and I do think that I Oko. So that KO's Indity. You're just going to follow me. And if you have the right play here, I would say, is to terrestrialize your Cali into something. But let's see what they do. Thank you for the +2, by the way. Appreciate you long time. Let's go. Foul play. Oh my gosh. Oof. Oh, he's alive. Why are you alive? Body slam. Dude, no, he's cooking. He cooking, dude. He cooking. Wow. What? Why would it be body slam? In what reality is that the play? I just can't even imagine a world where that's correct. So you can't fake out here, which means I have absolute freedom to do whatever I want. Our Farigiraf set has some points. I think I can actually just sub here really safely and just Foul Play. Like, I'm not... It's fine. Like, what are you going to do? You're going to hit the Zacian? Oh, no. Like, you know, I'm not losing anything for this. And if you're trying to Wisp the Zacian, bro, you just lose the game, bro. Play, what's cool? Good play. So next turn, what I could do if I wanted to save the Zacian, I could just pivot it out. I don't really need to show Protect. I don't need to show Ally Switch. Getting Miraidon on the board could be kind of nice. I'll just put Miraidon on the board. And we'll just go for a Foul Play into that slot. And then we'll just go, like, Helping Hand, like, Electro Drift, like, blow up everything. They have a Groudon that I'm being very defensive. So, like, the idea here would be bringing in the Miraidon. And then next turn, I think, like, Helping Hand Draco. Just pop the Groudon easy peasy. And then I don't really care about your Incin. Zacian can still do good damage into it. We still have Overpawn. Overpawn's not terrible into Incin. Let's go. I can't believe that Cali lived. He must be really bulky, even with the +2 attack. Boy Blitz, cool. No burn. I don't really care if they do. Cool, nice recoil. Alright, and remember we outspeed. Perfect. Alright, show me that Groudon. Is it Scarf Groudon? Have you been setting me up? We're gonna find out. Amoongus. Oh, man. Uh-oh. That ain't it. Whoopsie. Whoopsie. Alright, let's think of the right play here. I don't think there's an issue with just D-Gleaming then. Like, D-Gleam, Helping Hand just kind of slaps. Can't put any to sleep. It's not like this KOs, but like it's gonna put both within like range for stuff. And then Zacian will just 1v1 Amoonguss really, really easy. Yeah, that's so much damage. Crit the Amoonguss value. We already lost our item, remember, so it doesn't. Knockoff's not even a problem. Yeah, Spore ain't gonna do it, buddy. Not it. Not today. He's like, but I would do Spore and then I will win. And it's like, really? Who said that? Not me. Oh my gosh, Miraidon. This Pokemon seems like so busted. It just seems like pay to win in every way. Holy moly. I think this might be like my first or second time using Specs Miraidon, guys. Like, go back and look at the VODs. Like, I'm not a big Specs Miraidon guy. I've used a lot of Scarf Miraidon. I haven't really used any Specs Miraidon. This mod just kind of like slaps and claps for like no reason. Unlimited power. And we stay taking those wins all the way to the bank. Oh man, Zacian, Zenta, and Smeargle. Alright, so you have to lead Miraidon into Smeargle. Like, I don't think that's do you though? Let me think about that. Yeah, I'm gonna lead with both of those. This is such a hard one. I think that like Ogerpon's just like really good here. So Ogerpon seems like a easy dub for me. Ogerpon seems good. Whimsicott seems good, and then my Zacian Miraidon. I like that. We just want something that like Smeargle can't effectively spore, and if they wanted to fake out, they have to be disrespectful about Farigiraf, and at the same time we have Spiky Shield. So I really like this. And another thing that's cool about this is if they wanted to go like just fat like attack into my Ogerpon, we resist, or we're neutral into Urshi Water, and we can just lose our Ogerpon and then just see what they lock into and just repin that with Miraidon. So I think we have a lot of good options here. Man, this team just feels so good. Like, why would... I don't want to be that guy, but, like, why would you play anything else other than, like, Miraidon, you know, Hands, Whims? They're just... The synergy here is just off the charts. We're letting them get this, you know, potentially taking away our terrain, too. Like, you know, we're not leading Miraidon, but, like, do you see how ahead we are? We don't even need to Tailwind here. I think we can just hard swap in Miraidon. Like, what are you going to do? Heavy Slam me? Okay. Yeah, I think we just go Focus Energy and pivot in Miraidon. Easy. And now we have like Volt Switch, that's like Electro Drift, and we're going to auto crit every single one of our Ivy Cudgels. They're all going to crit. Which means that, like, if you Iron Defense me, bro, Iron Done Fence, bro. Holy moly. You see, it can't be they get crit every time. Fake Out's fine. I could have Spiky Shield with that. You can KO that guy too. Body Press. Heavy Slam. Yeah, they bait on the Whims. Not gonna happen. Awesome. We did not get our Spiky Shield proc thing though. But the good news is we can just go like... Yeah, I'm just gonna... We're faster than the Zenta too. That's one thing to note. We are a lot faster. That's fine. I'm just gonna go into this slot. Actually, what do you have that pivots in on that? You don't have anything that pivots in on Volt Switch. So that means I can actually go like... that, and that's probably gonna like win the game because like you're gonna lose them on here, and I wouldn't be surprised if your Zenta's protecting, and if it is protecting, we can go right in with our Whims and then Encore Lock it. Yep, that's the best play that you have. Oh, it's almost like I play the game, boys and girls. Sheesh, you ever seen anyone as good as this game as your boy? Wow. I got a comment recently saying like, did you know that you are quite the boaster? And I'm like, nope, couldn't be me, bro. Dang, am I like really good at this game sometimes? Like sometimes like sheesh, bro. So good. Holy moly. Bring out Zacian. Dude, bring out Rilla. I don't care. Ivy Cudgel whiffs, yeah. Kept you honest. I kept that Rilla honest. Don't act like I didn't. I kept him honest. And he doesn't even know that I kept him honest. He probably thinks I just targeted the Zenta. Focus Energy. See, like, I'm not so big brain that I read that Arcanine pivot and know that gets O-code and that, like, I could have Focus Energy there. But, like, this is still the freest thing that's ever been free. I'm going to Encore the Zenta. You're going to fake out the Ogerpon. I'm going to Encore your Rilla. Like, oh my gosh, bro. Yeah, I'm definitely going to Focus Energy here. And you got that Dark Terra Zenta, bro? You got that Dark Terra Zenta? Oh, you know what? I don't blame them. They haven't seen my item, so, like, they don't know that I'm cloaked, but, like, I'm gaming. And then I'm going to Encore your Rilla, and then I'm going to Oko your Zenta, and then I'm going to Oko your Rilla, and then, like, GG, shake my hand, bro. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Ogerpon busted. Alright, so that protects on cooldown. So we don't even need to I'm still gonna Encore. Actually, I can probably get away with, like, not Encoring and just... Because you could Terra there. But the Protect is gonna be up. So, like, I think I'm just gonna Tailwind this turn. Because Zacian's in the back. Cool. I mean, I'm surprised I didn't just wait out. But now we have our Tailwind up, too. And your Rilla can do whatever it wants. It can go Fire Terra. I can go into the Zacian next turn. I think we're fine. No Fire Terra. You're just going to lose the Rilla? Easy peasy. Grassy Glide. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. And... you're done. Wow, I'm so lucky. I got a critical hit. Value, bro. Value hath been wrought today. That's what I'm talking about out here. Cool. Alright, so what else do I need to do to win this one? You're going to want to go after my whims, I think. You're not going to be throwing any protects. I wouldn't be surprised if, like, you're being respectful of both my mons here. I think I'm going to Spiky Shield. And I think I'm going to just Moonblast the Zenta. If I lose the whims, Tailwind's up, I can bring in my Miraidon. I can bring out my Zacian of my own. There's a lot of good options I have. I could also pivot in Zacian here. It's not terrible, but I'm just trying to see which one of these guys goes. I think they're going to play defensive with one and then kill the whims with the other. That's just my thoughts. Right, so I wouldn't be surprised to see... Oh, Sacred Sword, cool, that's fine. Encore into that is very nice. And Zenta's going to Heavy Slam, right? Right. Nice. Cool. And then I think I can just come in with my Zacian. It's better to come with Zacian or Miraidon. Miraidon's good. Both those mons have KO potential on Ogerpon, so I have to just do this correctly. I think the right play is to just Electro Drift the Zacian and Bonk Hammer the Zenta. Yeah. Cool. We're going to get a +1 and done out here on our Ogerpon. If you want to drop a Protect, we know that Zenta has it, but, like, that's fine. I think we Oko the Zacian here. Even if they've somehow lived this, I don't think there's a way they just break the Ogerpon either. So let's see it. Here we go. Big attack boost. Here's a Terra on their side. Who's going Terra? You got the Water Terra, bro? Don't do it. Don't do Water Terra. Oh, no. Is it grass? Oh! Oh, my gosh, yo. Dunzo, bro. You think I'm attacking a Zenta with that? No. Nah. And he's like, you would never attack my Zenta with your Ogerpon because I have defense boost and you're physical attacker, and the only way that I would lose is if you crit. But I used Focus Energy. I used Focus Energy with a move that has a high crit ratio, and I have a +1. So that means I crit every time. I have 3 crit ratios for a total of 100%. And Zenta goes down for the count. This team is so good. Guys, holy moly. Get yourself one of these teams. This rental code is going to be up on the Patreon, as well as all the other rental codes I've been showing recently. We've been doing a bunch of cool stuff on YouTube. Remember, we're trying to get to 50,000 subscribers. I would really appreciate it if you guys thought about dropping a sub on this channel. If you guys like this content, you want to see more content like this, so some restricted cores you want to see me feature, you have questions about your team, but anything regarding Pokemon and Reg I want to be the guy to help you out. So drop a sub on the channel, leave those comments, asking those questions in the comments below. And other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out. I'll see you guys next time.